And welcome back to the Riley Black Project. Crystal and John.
Hey.
What's up?
Hello.
Oh, Oh, wait. Not you
Oh, yeah. We'll introduce you. I think we missed that
yet.
part.
Sorry, we didn't
We'll
tell
do
you that.
That's a false
Oh,
start.
not yet.
That's a false start. And welcome back to the Riley Black Project. Crystal and John.
Hey.
What's going on?
Nothing. The timer's
I'm
not
having
working.
problems with this timer is what's going on here.
Ah.
So man, it's
it's
a
Monday.
It's a Monday. Things are going crazy.
They are.
Stay tuned for the life update because it's gonna get spicy in there.
Is it?
Yeah, because
My eyes keep watering. I swear I'm not crying. Not
sure,
yet.
sure. Anyway, this episode is brought to you by
Katie with Monarch Pine. If you are looking for jewelry findings or metal blanks, check her out on her website, monarchpine.com, and make sure to use code Riley Black for 10% off. And patrons, of course, get a higher discount as always.
Of course, and you can find those discounts at the TRBP Hangout Facebook group. It's for our patrons. It's where we go live once a month, except for this month. If you're Gen Pop and listening to it, because this comes out on December 1st.
It's open to everybody.
It's open to everybody this month at the end of the month.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy.
The last Friday, right?
Yeah, I think so. I got to look.
Okay. Oh, well, because Christmas and
Yeah,
stuff.
I got to, let me see
So
when I scheduled that.
Yeah. So, anyway, so TRBP Hangout
The
for
12th.
our patrons, the 12th.
December 12th.
December 12th. Ooh,
Yeah.
coming up.
Well, because the last Friday was the day after Christmas. So,
Right,
and then
right.
the Friday before that, your brother's in town.
Right. So the 12th.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And then if you are Gen Pop, the Riley Black Project Community Facebook group is where you go to find all things Riley Black Project.
Yeah,
Not all
I was
things
going to
Riley
say
Black.
not all things.
Yeah. I mean, we share a lot of things in there.
We
too.
do.
Yeah. So today's guest
Yeah.
is award winning. Plenty of awards. I mean, he labeled them all out, but there's a lot of awards there.
Right.
So award winning. If you're going to APA, he's going to be on one of the panels.
I'm so excited.
And he's been owner of a hair salon for 22 years.
pretty cool.
Although it may not look like it because he's got my thing going on. But welcome to the show, Joshua Perry from Perry Design Tulsa. How's it going?
Hey.
Design.
Hey.
No S.
No S.
Yes. Always have to clarify that.
Right.
Because sometimes it's designs and sometimes
And
it's
yeah,
design.
mine is designs.
Right, right.
So, yeah.
So, but
Unlike Monarch
Perry,
Pines.
right.
Monarch Pine.
Perry Design Tulsa. No S.
Yes.
Yep.
So is it just Perry Design and you added the Tulsa for like the handles?
Just like the
or-
website, yeah.
Okay.
So supposedly someone already has a Perry design somewhere, so I had to add in Tulsa to make it legit.
So we actually we met on just socials and stuff, but what really hooked me in was the decor for his laser gift shop.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially that wall.
I mean, you get
behind
I would say you get a hint of it with the wall behind him.
But when he did his little it's just a little video or a reel of the what is that, the
Workspace.
the showroom or whatever, and I was like, oh yeah, that's sexy. And then we met in person at the Atlanta meetup at Samita's.
No, you probably didn't because you weren't walking around as much as I was. But at
I
Next
did
Level,
see him at Next Level,
yeah,
but we didn't get to talk.
yeah,
at
he
Next
was
Level.
walking around with Alexis and
Kendra.
I was gonna say Cassandra. I don't know why that
No.
name was in my mind, but yeah, of 1819 Malera, and I kept giving them crap.
Yeah.
Because they were super influencers with their phones, so I kept giving them crap. And he was there, and I was like, I hope he didn't take it the wrong way. I hope he knows we're all
right,
joking.
yeah, because he doesn't know you.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we had a great time there, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, add him to the friends list. He's cool people.
Yeah.
So tell us, just a little bit about you and how did you go from salon owner to adding, the gifts and all the many things that you do with Perry Design.
Yeah, so I've been a salon owner for 22 years. I specialize in color. Fun fact, I still am a salon owner, working 5 days a week into the salon.
Wow.
So I have two full-time jobs.
That's
How
crazy.
Perry Design basically was born was we were looking to open up an event center. And with the event center, there's a lot of different ones, but I always try to think outside of the box and think of something that someone like an aspect that event centers don't have. And I thought, if I were to walk into an event center and rent out the place, one of the aspects that we wanted to bring in that was different was offering personalized signage, stir sticks, napkins, cups, all those things that were all inclusive into the package. So instead of like you were just renting out and then you're going and finding third party,
Right. You can do
places
it
to
all.
rent, whenever you come in, exactly. When you come into your event, all that stuff is already set up. It's already there. Saves you time and money. And at the same time, it's just it's a like a la carte add-on. Anyways, that we just realized that we don't want to work on weekends.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was
There's
a
so
lot.
many. That's such a good point because there's so many business ideas because we can't ever stop like thinking of them, right? You think of
Never.
something, you're like, oh, that's fun, and then you're like, oh, could I make money at that?
Yeah.
Or like, and like we've thought of the inflatable ones. And we're like, nope, that's weekends. Anything that has to do with parties, it's like,
weekend.
no, I really enjoy my weekends. Like you still work, but it's
Yeah.
like it's different work.
Right,
It's,
I want to party.
right?
I don't
yeah,
want to throw the party.
exactly.
Exactly. I want to go to it.
Right.
Right.
We found a building in downtown Tulsa that we really liked. It had some foundation issues, and so we ended up walking. And everywhere that we looked, though, it was just like, you have to listen to your gut, and it just wasn't there. And so we decided to go ahead and invest into just a small laser, and just kind of start that part of the business, get that built up, and then later on add in, the actual building. But once we got into this, I mean, within 6 months, we were busting the seams. We were at our house. And when we realized that like all the bedrooms, all the game room, everything, the office, the garage was overflowing, it was like, it's time.
We've
it's time
even
to expand.
planned to potentially put some stuff in Jackson's room because he barely uses it.
Right.
And he was,
they're in
sleeping
the
in his,
same
they were
room, yeah.
sleeping in the same room. But then he throws a wrench in us. And every single time we actually think about putting some stuff in there, he decides he wants to sleep in his room.
He
And I'm
throws a
like,
fit at night, and then we're like, all right, you're going to your room.
right.
And he's like, okay, let's go.
Right. So I'm like, dang. And he's not the one that you can trust to leave stuff in there that you don't want him to touch.
No, not at all.
So
They play with everything.
it would all of a sudden become toys. Yeah.
And that's why it's scary. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to take that risk, to say, okay, are we moving into a warehouse? Are we moving into a storefront? What do we want to do? My emphasis our emphasis with our business is really corporate gifting is the niche that we kind of have developed into.
Yeah.
With 22 years behind the chair, it became natural that I had so many business owners or corporate marketing
True.
members in my chair that I thought, I have an audience already. Why am I not pulling from this?
Right.
So once I started kind of shifting and, looking at like more of the awards, more like marketing materials, like notebooks, and then I'm just now getting to really custom awards. I was like, this is it. But you have to take that leap of faith. And I was like, all right, we're doing it. We have a warehouse. We found one that was cost effective, and we're already kind of busting the seams here now. So
Right.
Yeah, and
No,
you did speak
wild.
to a good you did have, you have a clientele built in clients of yours that you do their hair, and hair is such an intimate thing. Like, a lot of times you become like a therapist almost. So there's that level of trust that they have with you already.
Right.
So that, you approaching them now with this is kind of like, oh, well, I trust them. There's already that trust. So it's an easy yes. It's an easy sell, essentially.
yeah, it can be.
It can
I
be.
was actually, I was more shocked at how many people didn't use me at that sit in my chair that used me. And a lot of it is just that separation between getting their, they just want to come and get their hair done. And,
True.
we have a really good bond.
Right.
But once you cross over into that business, business to business, B2B, there's a different level of relationship that you have
Right.
with these clients.
True.
So, I mean, I still had to go out, and I had to go into businesses. I put in the work, and I
Right.
still do on a daily, basis. So, I've had people say, well, you already had that. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I still had to make the sale,
Right.
and
Well,
then
and
I
you
also
had
had to.
to grow that relationship into a different, you know, to look a little bit different potentially,
You just
even the
have
ones
to
you already had.
you just have to get out of the friend zone.
Yeah. You have to
Right.
get out of the friend zone, but at the end of the day, too, we base a lot of our items off of turnaround time, customer
Yeah.
service, and top quality. And
Right.
so I also had to prove that my turnaround time was there,
Yeah.
that they had great customer service away from the friendship, that we had in the chair,
Yeah.
and then also delivering, the quality that represented our company.
Are you tired of spending hours cutting, painting, and assembling laser products? Look no further than the Crazy Laser Dad's Laser Ready Blanks.
Their high quality blanks are expertly sourced and tested and ready to use on your laser. Say goodbye to the hassle and frustration of time consuming projects and hello to more time creating and selling.
Plus, with their wide selection of items, you'll surely find the perfect blank for your customers.
Visit crazylaserdad.com today and take your laser crafting to the next level with their laser ready blanks.
The Riley Black Project is sponsored by Monarch Pine.
Monarch Pine is your trusted source for premium laser blanks and jewelry findings. From large loop earring hooks made specifically for acrylic and wood earrings to laser-tested stainless steel necklace and bracelet blanks, they have everything you need to bring your creative ideas to life.
As a maker, you know the value of quality supplies. And that's exactly what Monarch Pine delivers. Whether you're crafting as a hobby or running a full-time business, their products make it easy to design confidently and create stunning pieces.
Head to monarchpine.com and use code RileyBlack to get 10% off your order. Riley Black patrons get an even bigger discount, so don't miss out.
While you're at it, join the Monarch Pine Craft Supply Insiders Facebook group. It's a vibrant community where makers share tips, inspiration, and their incredible creations.
Monarch Pine, where your creativity takes center stage. Visit monarchpine.com and use code RileyBlack today.
Not tomorrow. Today.
I just had a thought. It left me. So I'll go to my second one. So how do you manage the two? Do you have like certain hours at each, and then you also have a young son as
Right.
well?
Yeah.
So how do you manage all of that?
Time management is hard. It's really hard. It's delegation is key.
Yeah.
Making sure that I am planning out. This sounds crazy. If you look at my actual schedule, because everything has to be written down.
Right.
If it's just a thought, it'll never happen.
Right. Same.
So even like yesterday, sitting down and going, okay, we're going to brunch with my son. We're going to come home. We're going to have some playtime. Like I actually didn't even take out my laptop yesterday because I had to like schedule that in.
Yeah.
But I have decided to take off Mondays, and Mondays are really my days in the warehouse. And then Tuesday afternoons are in the warehouse. Wednesdays are all salon. So yeah, it's a balancing act for sure.
Yeah.
And we came into what I would consider our new success basically like in August, and which is a great time because it's right before Q4 in the holidays. But at the same time, we're so new to this new environment with the warehouse and everything
Right.
that we're just trying to we're in survival mode.
Right.
Yeah,
you don't have a ton of systems in place, and yeah.
Right. Come January though, that's what we're really hyper focused on is getting some employees in, training them, getting those systems in, and then I look as an owner this time next year, I want to be able to balance both, to be able to trust people in the warehouse by themselves to run the machines, package things up with the quality that we have.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. I remember my thought now. So on the subject of the built-in clientele that you had, at the salon, something you do have to be careful about too is, adding in that B2B. If there's miscommunication or expectations aren't hit, you've now lost 2 customers instead of just one. So it's almost like a little bit more pressure to to really deliver and to communicate well, to make sure that you're doing, something that meets their expectations. And you also mentioned going around and going to get that business and growing that clientele. What are some of those things that you do in order to make that happen?
I think one of our most successful avenues that we took was joining the Chamber of Commerce in Broken Arrow. Tulsa is a very large city. And then you have a suburb of Broken Arrow. And Broken Arrow School District is the largest school district in the state of Oklahoma. It's actually where we live. So I really wanted to support our local community, number one, but I also noticed that even going to like a ribbon cutting in Tulsa, you may have 3 or 4 people show up versus like Broken Arrow, you have like 30 to 40, chamber members show up. So you really have community support. So I knew that that's where I wanted to lean into, supporting your community. And then one thing that, I don't know if you guys know Mark and John from Maker Flow. So, John and I have talked extensively over, the power of a handshake and understanding that, getting in front of someone's face, shaking their hand and having that communication is key to, your success in building your brand and building your B2B, backbone. And that's what I did. I looked at the community events and the Chamber of Commerce. I looked at every type of luncheon that I could go to, every event that I could go to. And everywhere I went, I would maybe like drop off a little, whether it be a mug or just little trinkets here and there. And I would leave kind of my calling card at all these little
and would it be your
events.
logo or theirs?
So we would do ours.
Okay.
And I know that that's a debatable subject, depending on who you talk to. A lot of people, some people are like, well, ask for forgiveness later if you use their logo.
Right.
We have some pretty prominent big manufacturer, international and national companies in Broken Arrow. A lot of people don't see that or understand that. Not understand, but know that.
Right.
But you have Flight Safety. Flight Safety builds the simulators for all the international Air Force bases around the world. So me just taking their logo and putting it on something is just not conducive for them.
Right.
So we want to make sure that we're respecting our community standards, and their corporations.
Yeah, and it's still a free like gift and item. And if if someone gave me a free tumbler or whatever, and it was like engraved and it had their logo on it.
Right.
Thank you. But then you also can kind of picture how yours would look without them taking a bad copy of it from, Facebook or wherever they pulled it from. And then now they know how to find you or how to contact you because your information is right on there. And then you don't potentially risk. I do think it is like in the minority for the most part. I think anytime I see those posts, like a good portion of the time, it's 80% are saying I've had great, success and feedback with this and had no complaints. And then 20% are like, no, I've had complaints and you need to be careful. And, so I feel like there's that balance. Another way that I actually saw in the Lone Star group the other day was Travis Midkiff, I believe is his name. It's Dana's wife. Husband. Sorry. Dana's husband. Anyway, he was posting out how at some recent shows that he's done, he did like a little bin for business owners to put their card in and they could win like a free gift, right? And in that situation, I feel like that's a little bit more acceptable to then, use their logo. But what he did was he was like, they don't have to know that all of them won. Right. Yeah. And he made like a hat, or a hat patch or something for every single person who dropped their, thing in the bin, and how he found, good success in that. Right. So like, what we're doing now, we're starting to sell physical products again.
We're trying to make things.
But having experienced some of those corporate gifts, that is where the simplicity is. That is where the less headaches are. That's where the bigger orders are. And so making these physical products, they're kind of like fun and stuff, for people. But the ultimate goal is that B2B, because that's where you really can grow. And so having that little bin on the table, I plan to do that at our show. Because, like, sure, I want to sell, to, Sally and her daughter. But ultimately, the corporate orders is where, it's just easier to get that.
And a thought on the using people's logos. One thing that we've been doing in, like, regular networking, whether it be because we're also part of the chamber as well, and whether they do a lot of door prizes. So you can't really put a company's logo on it because you don't know who's going to win. And you know, we felt kind of, you know, a way about putting our logo on it, just like, here's a cup with our logo on it.
Yeah.
So we've been like copying the theme. So like we did a journal and we did like a saying for content ideas. So it kind of meshed the two, you know, because we do content.
And then I did put our logo at the bottom of the journal.
And then at this other networking meeting, we did networking in progress and loading bar. So it kind of shows off, you know,
and then the card inside.
And then the card inside. So it's like they can use it without, like, I guess, sponsoring somebody else, like showing somebody else's logo, because it has a funny saying related to whatever it is. So that's another fun way to show off your work without necessarily putting like a logo on it.
Yeah.
So like for you, like something with like scissors, or like a funny like saying, like within the industry of salons, come to you and approach you, oh, here, this is kind of what I can do. And it's something that you would use, especially if you like, you know, if you found it humorous or whatever, you would just have it either on your station, or you would use it ideally. And then you'd be like, oh, you know, I should get some more of these done.
Hey guys, how great would it feel if this was the year you finally got to escape the 9-to-5 and embrace a lifestyle of creativity and entrepreneurship?
Every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, Eon Laser USA invites you to join the Above and Beyond webinar, where you'll learn how you can make this a reality.
Join leading laser industry professional and brand ambassador Emily, aka That Mom with a Laser, and Eon Laser USA's sales manager Alicia as they dive into all things Eon.
Learn about the advantages of owning an Eon Laser and get the scoop on Eon's rewards and partner benefits. Plus, get a glimpse at how everyday people who started out with zero experience paid off their lasers, scaled their businesses, and transformed their lifestyles.
So if you're ready for a lifestyle change, head on over to eonlaser.us/why us and sign up for the Above and Beyond webinar today.
Thanks for listening. Laser on.
Bye.
Are you tired of endlessly joining jump rings?
There's gotta be an easier way.
Are your wrists aching after numerous orders? Introducing Keychain Thingies, the time-saving solution for anyone making keychains.
It's so fast and easy.
These revolutionary plastic thingies make large or multiple orders a snap. So easy, even a child can do it.
That was so easy.
So what are you waiting for? Go to keychainthingies.com and order now. Keychain Thingies will change your life. However, they should not be used to cure any medical ailments, repair broken relationships, or help lose weight. Do not use Keychain Thingies unless you want to save time and aggravation.
And it really depends on the actual business as well. I think I really hyper focus on, you know, what they offer the community.
Yeah.
So you have someone that is, you know, J. Perry Salon. You know, I have, you know, I'm a small salon here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, versus like Zico, which is an international company.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do for Zico is I'm more focused on giving a full presentation.
Right.
But how I get that full presentation, I mean, the conversations I had to have before even having them come out to the warehouse and to our showroom.
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably about 3 to 4 weeks of conversation,
Yeah.
building that relationship before because I'm sure they have a ton of people approach them.
Yeah. I can make you stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. So sending them a little cup is not going to be that effective.
Right.
But build the relationships on all the different levels before you hit the big level, and understanding how their marketing structure goes. Every company in a B2B or B2B as a corporation has different levels of marketing. So like with Zico, for instance, they have 4 levels. They have their, you know, promotional gifts. They have their employee gifts. Then they have their company gifts that they give to their international clients. And they own a ranch, which only specific people get to go there. And those are going to be their really top quality. So what I did is whenever I looked at their levels, I first wanted to see what my items look like being plugged into each level. Where do I fit in? And then that's where I carried the conversation over to them is giving them items, gifting them. I asked for permission to use their logo because I wanted to present them with things.
Right.
Whenever I came for the presentation, as I was presenting them, I introduced it as, here's your level 1, here's your level 2, here's your
Nice.
So then they get a visual of what that looks like within their own marketing.
Well, and I think asking for their permission to use their logo also adds to that level of respect. Like, I
Yes.
know that this is yours. You own this. You don't have to give it to me. But if you're willing to, then I can make a sample with it, and that
Yeah.
could be another way that you can approach, other businesses too. Like, hey, I'd love to make you, just a sample with your logo. Do you mind sending that to me? I another hack that was unintentional was I posted on my public Facebook page and asked people to send me their pet photos. And if you ever need some engagement, ask people to send you their pet photos, because holy crap, I think I had over 100 comments on that post alone, and I'm sure I missed some. I tried not to, and I replied, to most of them. But that'll get you some engagement if you need it. And then I also posted the next day. I asked people to send me their business logos. And that I'm specifically telling them, hey, give me your logo because I want to make something with it. Right. I'm getting that permission. You're giving it to me, which helps me so I don't have to go digging for it. And then it also, gave me engagement on the post. So it was kind of like, it helped in several ways. That was not my intention
Right.
to get the comments to go crazy, but it worked. But that's just another way to potentially, and then they feel if they see 15, 20 comments, but then they get something, they're going to be like, ooh, they're going to feel like they won, right? And they got something for free. You got to practice. You have, pictures and examples of, potential products. But yeah, it can, it's hard to focus though, because it's like, there's so many different directions to go. It's like, which one is the best for me?
Yes.
Which one's the best for that business?
Yep. I'm texting someone to bring me something because I was going to show you. You probably saw it online, but you hit it on the head about you mentioned pets.
Yeah.
And there it is. Thank you. But this last weekend I was in Boulder with Braden and Iconics, and Stephanie was there. Anyways, you've probably seen Stephanie. I know. But Stephanie, I know. I wish you would have. We had so much fun.
I know.
We would have been in so much trouble, though.
We would have.
And side note, nothing. Her flights
My
would
flights
not
were
have been
unaffected. Well, that doesn't mean the airport would have been unaffected.
No, but
But,
your flights were on time.
I know. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh. Well, like you said, anytime that you throw out an animal, whether it be, send a picture of it.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of inbox messages I got from this one stone.
Yeah.
I mean, we already have orders up here, and I don't even have the stones yet.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, it is, but pets are very special to people, and you want to pull out some heartstrings, talk about your pet.
Right? Yeah, I remember when Stephanie posted those a couple months ago, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes!" Like they just look so nice, and that was without even adding the color. Like she just sandblasted them, and they just look so nice. And like our neighbor had just lost her pig, and I wanted to make one, for her, but I'm gonna have to do. I bought some slate, things to make for her. But yeah, the pets and kids is usually, but then kids makes it a little bit weird.
Yeah.
You don't want to
faces.
But that's why I'm also hoping to eventually do like those acrylic blocks with like pictures and stuff. Because those, you can't have like too many of those.
Don't give away too many of the products, and then they're gonna know what we're using.
Shh. I was just gonna breeze past it, but then you brought it up.
Just saying. You've almost slipped there.
No, I was being strategic. I have friends who can help.
Yes. We do.
Anyway,
My block's right there.
right? They just look so nice. Like they're just such a like classic.
Oh, I love this one. Yes.
Let me see.
This was my favorite one I did.
Yeah.
So the Halloween one.
That's nice.
Yeah. That's fun.
That's really cool.
So where did you? Yeah, like the colors, and it looks like 3D almost.
So I created the image on ChatGPT,
Nice.
and
I was
then I had them
wondering.
redo it about 6 different times until I got the coloring that I wanted and all that.
Yeah.
Um,
Me and
downloaded the.
ChatGPT fight daily on
Oh,
images.
it's
I'd be
you
like,
know
don't change anything, do this. Changes everything and doesn't do that. And I'm like, the other day I'm
right.
like, really? Her name is Pixel. And I'm like, Pixel, really? I'm like, seriously? And oh, I know. I'm sorry. I didn't do this and this. Let's try again. And then I've threatened like a couple times. I'm like, I give up. And they're, no, please don't give up.
Yep.
Let's try one more time. And I'm like, okay, try one more time. She shits in my face again. And I was like,
Yep.
God damn it, Pixel.
We're divorced. We're divorced.
Right? We are fighting.
It's your
Well,
prompts.
and so at next level, I took Jordan and Mikey Garrett's class on
Mm.
Ah, yeah.
ChatGPT, and I sat there and I'm just like, you guys are thinking on a whole another like realm than I even understand. Like
Yeah.
I'm right brain, but like ChatGPT has such a technical aspect to it, in my opinion. I mean, as Mikey's like sitting there and he's like, just go to this folder, create this folder, do this, ask it this, and I was like,
Same. Right?
what? I'm like, pink background. Okay, 2 pumpkins. Like
Yeah.
that's my ChatGPT. I'm like a
Right.
first grader.
Yeah. Mine
like
is run
teaching
on
college
sentences.
classes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, they're awesome with it, and they live in Tulsa. So I've actually thought about like being like, hey, can we grab some coffee so you can just teach me how to
Yeah.
do this? I
Yeah.
would pay them, but my gosh,
Can I be in on that coffee? I want to like all
I
of us.
mean,
I feel like that would be a really
we need a
fun coffee
class.
session, right? Seriously, yeah. I almost spilled something just then. I was like, "Bleh." Whoa,
What was
what
that?
the
Oh man. All right. Well, I think everything's good. So, where were we?
I don't know. I almost spilled the beans,
Yeah.
and then it jumped
Hey,
off.
because
So-
because you were about to spill. I said, no, we're not. Dive. You're not gonna.
Well, so all I was saying is that I've been leaning on Jordan for some help with some stuff
things.
lately. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's been great. So like one thing that I am just so extremely thankful for is this community, because if it wasn't for people like Jordan and Mikey and Josh and the other Josh and just everyone that Stephanie and like all these meetups, it's like you're hanging out with like just your people, and it's the meetup, and
Yeah.
depending on what you're there for, you're teaching people, but then you also walk away learning stuff, and they just those are the moments that like fill me up to kind of like take me through like weeks like this week where like shit is annoying.
Right.
And yeah, 2 machines are down right now, but I literally have a list of friends that I could reach out
Right.
to help me, like if I needed it. You know what I mean? So having that helps you through the times where it's like it feels like everything's just like messed up. Like going to these meetups, go to as many as you can if they are close to you and you can make it happen in your schedule, because those relationships take you through and push you through
Yeah.
the like
And
other
even
moments,
times like coming up now with the holidays and everything, meetups are going to be like not happening.
Right.
But you can still forge those relationships online in the groups and stuff. And then when there is a meetup, it's just that much more like solidifying and confirming like the relationship and stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of machines and our machines being down, what machines other than that little kind of thing you got back there? What other machines do you have? Or what laser did you start with?
My very first laser I bought was a Glowforge Aura, and
Ooh.
they sent it to me. It's a little orange one, and because all I wanted to do, my very first thing I wanted to do was connect with some local bakeries and to do their macarons.
Okay, that makes sense then.
So I was like, yeah. And so I got it, opened it up, and the piece that was supposed to be attached to the laser head was disconnected. And they about didn't replace it, and it took almost 6 weeks to replace. I got the second one in, didn't work. Got the third one in, so like we're now like 3 months in, and it finally worked, but I was so over it at this point.
Right.
I had already bought an X Tool P2 and got that, ruined about $2,000 worth of material because I didn't know about the online like Facebook groups. I didn't know about the community yet.
Yeah.
Nothing. And so I was just putting stuff in and just like I had crashed the head so many times.
Oh no.
Like I was a disaster.
Well, so I will say that crashing the laser head it's a rite of passage. We've
Right.
all done it. We all
Yeah.
do it. Like it's we joke anytime someone posts about, oh no, I like hit the, and they're freaking out, and you
Laser.
try to like keep the laughing to a minimum because you're just like, you made it. It's a rite
Right,
of
yeah.
passage. You crashed the laser head. Now here's the other side of your laser journey.
Yes, mine was on it was a cement piece that I was engraving. So that one hurt.
Yeah.
But the Glow Forge, I wasn't, I'll say this before I say anything else. All these machines are meant for specific reasons and for specific people. I have found the machines that work best for me. The Glow Forge wasn't for me.
Right.
So there was it's called Soldier's Wish, and it's for veterans that, they have a wish. It's kind of like Make-A-Wish Foundation, but for veterans.
Nice.
And there was the coolest story. There was a guy that he lasered little tchotchke wooden pieces for local high school, like graduates and football team, like football members and stuff. And that's what like helped his PTSD is to make these things. And he had a hole in his roof, and it leaked one rainy day, and it was right onto his machine, and so it ruined his machine. So I saw the mayor of Broken Arrow contacted me, and she said, "Hey, do you still have that machine?" I said, "Yes." And so we negotiated, and we ended up donating that machine
That's awesome.
to him, and it's cool because we're still connected to today, and he shows
Yeah.
me different things that he's made for the high school for graduation last year and stuff. So I do not have the Glow Forge anymore, but like I said, it works perfect for him and what his needs are.
Right.
So I'm really happy about that. Yeah.
When you learned what you needed for what you wanted to do, right? So the Glowforge Aura, for treats and stuff, it probably would have worked okay, for that, because like my friend Daimata, she bought one and she wanted to do like earrings and all the things, and it was not a good fit for that kind of stuff, right? But when you're going to, as a crafter, you want all the machines. And so it's hard to be like, oh, I want all the machines. I'm going to spend $5,000 plus potentially, on a laser. And so you go to what you can afford, but then not realizing that it's not going to exactly fit your needs. And it's hard because if you look strictly at the marketing, it's like, it'll tell you it can do this and this and this. And it's like, they're not lying in that it can do it, right? It's just not necessarily the best tool for all of those jobs, even though it physically can, right?
Right.
But, we give Glowforge a lot of, we razz them a lot.
Right.
However, in a good portion of my friends, they've been the stepping stone into a huge world of lasers that they probably never would have gotten into if it wasn't for having that more affordable, less scary laser option. Taimata, she probably wouldn't. She ended up getting a Mira 9 after not being able to, her Aura, she had issues with it too. And like, I think she got a replacement. I don't know like kind of where that ended up, but then she ultimately ended up ordering a Mira 9, but she would have never done that jump straight into that being her first laser. So buying the Glowforge gave her, oh, okay, I really do want to do this, but this is just not the right tool for the job that I want to do. They, those like mishaps of sorts can still be that huge stepping stone into what you want to do. Everything we do here technically started from, it started from a silhouette depending on how far back we go. But the Glowforge is what got me into laser work.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I mean, you hit it right on the head. And like when I went to APA last year, I went with the mindset that I know nothing.
Right.
even though I had dabbled, in things. But I went with the mindset that I'm going to be completely open-minded. I'm going to go to every class I can take, and I want to take that opportunity. I didn't go with anyone. I went by myself because I wanted to be, just like I said, hyper focused
it.
on the education in it. I wanted to shake as many hands as I could. I wanted to learn about all the machines. They had opportunities for PDS did a hands-on segment. I took the hands-on segment.
Nice.
I did anything and everything I possibly could, because even though in my mind I knew that I wanted to do some personalization things because of the event center.
Right.
After APA, I came back and I was like, I know so much now about where I could go.
Right.
But now it's like, then you have, like, I went from here with my knowledge to here,
Right.
but now I need help with direction of which way to go.
Yep.
So I went one step further. I took Samita's, what do you call it? Mentoring call. Yep. Fantastic call. I suggest it to anyone that is, needs direction. Now, Samita's is great because she's going to give you information that helped her on her path. I became friends with Catherine Ewers. Even like we talked about, I had coffee with Mikey and Jordan. Jordan. The guys, we had a great conversation. I don't know. I just started having these conversations with everyone, and so what I always suggest to anyone getting into it is take little nuggets from everyone, and then form your own.
Yeah.
Because even though Samita is a plethora of knowledge and she did it XYZ way,
Right.
doesn't mean that maybe Tulsa, Oklahoma is that exact foundation.
Right.
But let me tell you, the information that I got from Samita is solid, and I use it on a daily basis. But at the same, breath, I took information from Braden, even this past weekend, and I'm like applying all this information now to my business.
Yep.
So it's like, now, in my opinion, I have the ultimate weapon, which is the best of Braden, the best of Samita, the best of Catherine, all these amazing, talented people. But this is what's going to make my story my story.
Right. Yeah. Taking them and applying it to what you are and tweaking it as needed, but starting with that as the foundation, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you see for you in 2026? So you're on a panel, right, for
Yes.
APA, and you're looking to hire some employees. Is there anything else that you're planning to implement in the new year, or?
Yeah. So fun little story here. When I was at APA last year, we're there for 5 days. And met some great people. Susan Cox was one of the first people I sat at a bar at Nobu, and I had my notebook out, and she was like, "Oh, are you doing APA?" And I turned and looked at her, and so I'm getting my like CPU, my certification through APA, and I was like, "Wait, I just watched a webinar on you on the plane on the way over here. It was you and Evan." She was like, "Well, I'm about to go meet Evan. Do you want to meet him?" And I was like, "Sure." So, anyways. The entire week, I knew that I wanted to do UV printing.
Yeah.
And so that's why I took the PDS class. I met with Susan, I met Samita, Josh Evans was there, just met some great people. But during the entire week at the expo, I walked past Iconics and I just kept walking past it.
We were
And
catty corner to them, so we got to
I
watch
remember.
everybody have fun.
I bought some of your stuff.
Yeah.
But I would walk over there, and I don't know why I had this attitude, but I was like, and I would walk on. I don't know what it was, but I was like,
no, I had it too. Cause so for me, at least I didn't even try it. One, we didn't have time, and I was battling for my life, trying to get better.
Yeah.
But it was not even on my realm.
No.
And when I think of sand carving prior to Stephanie, I thought old man in his garage, in his workshop, who has been doing this for 50 years.
Oh, I
with
thought
with an ugly machine.
And terrible designs.
I thought
You know, like I was
paint removal
not
and rust
pretty.
removal.
now okay, so I
That's
do
what I
like
thought.
those videos.
That's
Those
what I
videos are
thought.
super fun to watch. But yeah, so it's like just everything I knew about sand carving was like old manish, right? And so it was like that doesn't appeal to me at all. And then
Yeah.
the part that still doesn't appeal to me is I don't do well with breakable items. They give me anxiety because I feel at any point it's just going to literally fall out of my hand and I'm going to break it or what washing it. Just what I prefer indestructible materials like plastic
or
or steel.
Dentable,
A
Right.
journal.
not breakable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so, but man, seeing all their stuff, I still don't really like want it because again, I don't love working with glass or like ceramic or, those kind of things. Now the stone, that is okay because that I feel it's less breakable unless I drop it on like the concrete floor or something like, I'm probably more likely to damage the floor than the actual stone.
Yeah.
But man, just like seeing the 3-stage carves and like the Colorado cup that you made, like how, the
Yeah.
Colorado flag on the front and then on the bottom, yes.
Yeah.
That I love. And that I would probably like gift to someone.
Yeah.
But I too kind of had the same, okay. I
The
like
other
that. I like that. But yeah, I too kind of had the same thought. So what was it for you that made that like switch?
Yeah. So, APA, as large as it is, you can only do so much in that short amount of time.
Right.
So I had visited every booth probably 9 times over. I had looked at every piece of everything that JDS had. I went to all the booths.
Right.
And on my last day, I was like, you know what? Go make a cup.
Right.
And so I went down there and I was like, I think it was Peter that was down there. And I was like, show me the machine.
Yeah.
Because, I'll say the design of the machine now that I'm into sand carving is the best in the world. Like Iconics they're fantastic.
It's really cool. Yeah.
But walking past it, it's not pretty. Like I look at Loja
Right.
and I'm like, that's really pretty. I like
Right.
that. You look
Yeah.
at like at a Trotec or Eon and I'm like, it's pretty.
Mhm.
But so I sandblasted and I put it on, the film and put it in, blast it. And he was like, that's it. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? That's it. And so I felt it and I was like, that is the coolest. And so then we started looking at some of the more advanced pieces. You talked about stage carving.
Right.
And then I saw one with the wine bottle and I knew I wanted to do some wine stuff and, champagne bottles with UV printing, but I was like, this could really like elevate, even more.
Yeah.
And I went upstairs real quick to my hotel room. It's actually on my Instagram. And I was like, oh my gosh, guys, you got to look at this. It's so cool. To this day, that is like my whiskey glass, is my Las Vegas glass. I still use that exact one because I'm so proud of it.
Yeah.
And it's a testament to like people are so quick to jump. And, I sat there and I went with this open mind to APA, but at the same time, I was really closed minded about the Iconics.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with Braden. Actually, I'm sorry. I think it was Peter that I had a conversation with this last weekend from Iconics. And I said, the craziest part is how passionate I've become with glasswork and sand carving. And I said, the coolest part about it is when you're doing like even big pieces and you're looking at stage carving, you have to be a creative to understand what it's going to look like at the end.
Right.
Because if you can't imagine and figure out the end piece as you're taking off all those negative pieces to do your next stage, you're not going to be able to envision that
Right.
and like do it
And there's
correctly.
no
So I'm
undo.
like,
Yeah.
there's not. It's not forgiving.
Right.
But I think that's what I love is that I'm always, like with being a colorist and then like going to lasering and then, UV printing, it's like, this is something that truly, like whenever you bring in color with spray paint and, different paints and like
Yeah.
the possibilities with sand carving are truly endless when it comes to that. Braden
Yeah.
showed me a piece that he did. It's a big piece of glass hanging in his front office window. And I think he said it was 110 stage carving.
Ooh.
Now, when you look at it, it's really dynamic, and like he shared with me some techniques of
Mm-hmm.
how he got there. But it's just like, in order to understand the depth that this one piece went into,
Yeah.
and so it's weird because since I've gotten back yesterday, I was like, I think I want to start working on like a sculpture of some sort of art piece that I stick
Yeah.
in like one of our downtown, see if I can get it commissioned or something. I don't know. Like
Yeah. But
I
you're
said, commissioned is
finding it's
featured.
fun for you, right? If it
I
gets your
love it.
creative juices flowing and you're thinking about
Yep.
all the different ideas. I mean, just those two Colorado glasses alone, right? It's the same Colorado, state flag, but
Yeah.
two completely different ways
Executions, yeah.
to do them. And like
Yeah.
it just and if you've ever engraved glass, comparing engraved glass that has, even the best settings, you're ultimately like fracturing.
Yeah.
And there's like the
glass,
little
yep.
pieces, and like it can be really inconsistent. It
Yeah.
highly depends on the quality of glass that you're also engraving or sand carving, right? And so you take that and you compare that to a sand carved glass, and they're night and day. You know, just that frosting and like the almost like beveling of the edges, and just
Yep.
it's really like appealing to look at. And I love when I've seen it only happen a couple times where like, Stephanie will be talking about, it's like sand carving, like, oh, I can do that on my laser. And she's like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
And it's-
even when you talk about like the stage carving, you can't do that with a laser.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, to get that effect, I mean, you just can't. And
Yeah.
you talk about the depth that the carving, because you're truly, like you said, I mean, you're fracturing the glass. With a sand carving, you're literally carving out the glass, leaving it to where it's a lot more aesthetically pleasing to the touch.
Right.
So, I mean, even the bottom of the glass, I mean, as much detail as that, we were able to get on there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's insane.
That's crazy.
And
And
it feels
and
great.
I feel like the sand carving is more of in like art.
Yeah.
Like the
Kinda like
final
woodworking.
final pieces look more like a work of art than like even if it's the Colorado flag, right?
Right.
It's a regular flag. You can print it on things, you can
Yeah.
laser engrave it, it looks great. But the same image looks more like a work of art because that the time went in
Right.
to like actually like
Well, and it's very classic, right?
Yes.
So even though
Yeah.
back to where
Very
we
elegant.
kind of had like our noses up to like, oh, sand carving like isn't my thing or doesn't interest me. It's a very like timeless,
Right.
like machine or technique, right? Because again, I think of old men who've been doing it for like 50 years, but that's also because like it has been around that long, and
Right.
it for a good reason, right? And it's not the same sand carving unit that guy or old man
No.
probably has.
No,
you know?
and in the demonstration at Print United
Yeah.
that we went through, like I asked him like how different is it from, because you don't wear gloves,
Right.
Like it's not like you put your hands
You
in
can,
the glove,
right, but
no, but
yeah.
like normal, like when
Oh,
when
right,
when I
yeah.
think of like for taking rust off or paint off, usually you put your hands into gloves and then that's how you
Right.
But this is just like it's your hands.
Yeah.
And you can wear gloves, especially if you're going to be doing it for a while and dry
Right.
skin and stuff like that. But it doesn't like, unless you're like really like sit there on your hand,
Right.
like the occasional pass doesn't. I'm like, are you feeling that? And he's like, you can feel it, but it's not anything that hurts or like
Right.
anything
No.
like that. So it's a different machine in itself. And I love how it like recirculates the because it's not even sand.
Yeah.
I forget what he called it. But it's like it's
like the particles.
Car-
or
the
whatever.
carbonate.
particles. Yeah,
Yeah.
the carbon. Yeah, and then it breaks inside the machines because obviously you're hitting on glass as you're
Right.
carving it. It breaks down that particle even smaller than what it is.
Mm.
So it has a thing where it has a tank for reusable and a tank for like not reusable. It's
Yeah.
it's a really sophisticated
The
machine.
Yeah.
filter.
Well, and I
Yeah.
wonder if
Filters it out.
Yeah,
I wonder if they just made it black, if it would be more attractive.
probably for you.
Hey,
What? Our colors. Look at the studio.
that's
Yeah.
true.
If
Yeah.
they made a black and red one, you'd be all over.
Oh
it.
yeah, they would have got me with that. Yeah.
Iconics don't. Don't get any ideas.
We don't have space
Don't
yet.
get any ideas.
Okay, so we're nearing the end of the free portion. So let me grab the discount code that you gave. So the discount code on perrydesignTulsa.com is RBP15. So, and that will give you 15% off the entire website. So thank you for sharing that. And then let people know, remind them, where they can find you. I just mentioned the website, but if they wanted to follow you and see all that you're up to, where do they go?
Instagram is Perry Design Tulsa handle. So Instagram.com/Perry Design Tulsa. And like John said earlier, it is just design, not designs. And then same thing with our website, www.perrydesigntulsa.com.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Cool.
Well, that'll do it for our free portion for Gen Pop. So if you want the insights as to what we're going to next, you gotta go over to Patreon. You can either buy the episode or sign up, and I encourage you signing up.
And that's where I'll ask the question that I always forget.
That's where you always ask the question because you always remember
What
during
tool, design, mindset.
Right. So if you want that answer, you have to go over to Patreon.
Right.
What's the lowest tier? $6?
Yep.
6 is the lowest tier. And that gets you early access and also
a bunch of other goodies.
A bunch of other goodies and also the extended versions where we get into other stuff. Sometimes later, sometimes not. But the life update's coming up next. And now time for the life update. Man, don't be an entrepreneur.
We're going through it right now.
It sucks. Our
it doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, yes, we've had a lot of positives. Like, listen, if you follow along, then we've had like a little bit of a peak, like a little hill.
Yeah.
And then right back down to the valley. So our we're doing the show. We're gonna do a show. What, December 3rd? 7th. And I was like, oh, what'd be great? Because we've been to a few like around here in the neighborhood. I'm like, what'd be great? We should do some of those like little 3D printed toys because we got the 3D printer. The little
and we've never used it to sell stuff.
No, we've only used it for our stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, we should make a few of those. Let's see how long it takes or whatever this and that. So cool. You print one and then it failed. And then guess what? Now it doesn't work.
I print a second one and it fails worse. And then now it doesn't work at all.
No, it doesn't work at all. I think it's the filament sensor.
So
we have one on en route.
Well, and I'm still talking with support, and it's been less than a year, but like the year is coming up, like the year is like a week or two away. And it just sucks because, we've had no problems with this machine. Like the problems that we've had have been user error up until this point.
Yeah.
And they've been very minor and minimal. And we haven't sold a thing with it because we've been just mostly making stuff for us, right?
I mean, that's what we want. Like, I mean,
yeah,
I don't
we didn't
think
really plan to make tons of money with it, right? Because, there's super slow prints. So making money with a 3D printer, like you kind of have to have a 3D printer farm in order to make money with it, right?
We just want to make some cool things, play around with it.
And it's like as soon as he's like, oh, and now I'm like, oh, cool. And even beyond that, I want to make some displays with it. Like I made it before it broke. Thankfully, before it broke, I was able to make that keychain holder, which I really like, and I plan to sell a lot of keychains. But now I can't. I want to make another one, and I can't. If I'd have to have a friend do it or someone else do it. So we ordered a part last night, and it shipped today. So we're hoping that that's
I think that's what it is. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, thankfully you're pretty technical. You can fix a lot, right?
Thanks, YouTube.
And if you can't fix it, it needs professional, repair typically. And so the fact that you couldn't fix it and you couldn't find the issue, it was then it was oh crap. Because a lot of times when something doesn't work, I give this guy 2 hours and he all of a sudden he tests it and he's with a big smile on his face, it's working
Not this
now.
Time.
Yeah, that didn't happen with this one. And it was this could not be the worst timing.
Yeah. And then our mystery machine is down as well.
And it's not down for repair. I'm just waiting for more
We're
supplies.
just waiting for supplies, but still, it's down as well at the same time. It's just timing. And then the thing that really like messed up my mood today. The last thing was, so this weekend I had I wanted to clean out the garage. I mean, not the garage because we're in the garage. The shed. I wanted to clean out the shed and really it becomes a catch-all. So it's like, we're gonna donate this.
Throw this in
we'll
the
just
garage.
put it in the shed and then we'll do it this weekend. We never do it.
Right.
And then just everything gets in there. So I was like, you know what? This weekend I'm gonna bring everything out and only keep what we want to keep, and then donate and toss, and just get rid of it, which I accomplished.
Right.
And then I was like, the second thing I wanted to do was hang up those
the lights.
what do they call
Govee.
those? But what do they call
Outdoor permanent lights.
The permanent lights, yeah. So doing that, and then we have this peak that's really high, and I'm okay with ladders, but it's high.
Yeah, it is.
So I even call, and I'm not one who calls in for reinforcements or asks for help, but I'm like, hey, can you just come out here and hold the ladder so I don't die? Which I wouldn't have died, but I would have broken something.
Right.
Got it. Put up the lights. They look great. We set it up. It looked amazing last night.
Really cool.
It was awesome.
My neighbor even texted me, your lights look amazing.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Woke up this morning, and now it's all like adhered with 3M. There's no screws. It was an easy install. And then this morning, the lights are down.
I opened the door, and I see the lights hanging there, and I was like...
Yeah. And I'm like... So I walk out. I saw the lights.
I was going to text you, and I was like, no, he's going to see. As soon as I picked up my phone to text you, I got the notification that you were leaving the house too, and I was like,
yeah.
So
saw it, and then that was just like nothing. We can't get a break.
Yeah.
Nothing works. The one thing that brought me peace.
Right? It was really
fell
pretty.
Down.
Yeah. And they had been sitting there for a year. We kept we need to put those up. We need to put those up. We need to put those up. And then
I
we
decided
finally
to put them up, and they decided to come down. So they're not ready to go up yet.
And then earlier on the show, the recorder literally tried to leap to its death.
Yep. The cameras didn't fully come on at the beginning. It's just been a thing.
It's been a day.
It's been
Couple
a day.
days.
Yeah. It's been but we have like a nice meeting tomorrow.
Yes.
Which hopefully turns things around, and it's just it's not easy out here in the streets trying to make your own money.
It's one of those weeks where you're like, you have to go heavy on the reminders of why you're doing it and the benefits of why are we doing it. The freedom, because you could work 2 to midnight and then still be broke and then never see your kids, and so
I mean, some nights
I know
that sounds a little bit,
I know
like that's gonna be your problem. I'm going to work.
No, you're not.
Someone's got to make money.
If I run away too, then what are we gonna do?
Well, then they're Nino's problem. Yeah, it's one of those things. You guys say that you like the authenticity of how real it is. Well, it doesn't get any realer than this, because it's I had to really like luckily, like I said, luckily we had a guest that we knew,
right?
So we've already joking and we're comfortable with, because man, just one more thing to have to start try to hopefully this person
isn't too nervous or
right, because nerves plays a huge part when we do this. As much as we say it's a conversation, it's a conversation for us, but they're like, oh my, I've never done a podcast.
Right.
I've never and I get it. It is a big thing, but luckily we had that relationship, so we knew the nerves wouldn't be a little bit because of the camera, but that fades quick. The camera fades quick. So that's what we got going on.
We're in the thick of it, guys. Yeah. We're fine, but we're stressed. We're stressed.
Yes. AF.
It could be worse.
It could be worse.
So,
speaking of which, I hate to say that it could be worse than this time,
right.
But just have our friend Dre Lane, Mario, in your thoughts. Yeah,
so that I think about him a lot on the days and weeks where I'm like, wow, this is tough, this sucks, this, I think of him, because he even said it the other day when he was being wheeled around because he doesn't have mobility right now, and he just had the emergency rounds of radiation, and he's like, don't sweat the small stuff, you know, choose where your energy and stuff goes.
Yeah.
And so you know, we talked again like we do typically over breakfast, and you know, we have a plan for this week, and
Our
you did a
company
lot of
meeting.
yeah, it's literally where we do our planning. And so, you know, we have a plan, and we keep going until we can't go anymore. So
Yeah. I mean, I was posting in all the groups and everything, and just doing what you can't do any more than what you can do.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we can't make people give us their money.
No.
I mean, I guess we can, but that's against the law.
Right. It's frowned upon,
Yeah,
right?
it's frowned upon.
Yeah, we don't want to end up in jail. You've been there.
That's another story. That's a story for another time.
Well, we've talked about it before.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get into it.
Nope.
Because so if you see me with a mask and my hands in my pockets,
Stop it.
I'm forcing you to give me your money.
You've already said too much.
Oh, okay.
I need to go.
Yeah, you need to go because you're
Coffee.
yawning.
God, sorry.
Well, thanks for watching. Sorry about the downer of a life update, but
happy Q4.
it's happy Q4. Listen, I am and Thanksgiving's over and it's Christmas now because it's December 1st. But if you're watching this if you're a patron, which you should be, and please do because it eases the hard times. But if you're a patron, this is coming out right before Thanksgiving, so I'm thankful for everything that we have. You know, luckily we have the 2 machines that are down.
Yeah.
Luckily we have the 2 machines.
Yeah.
You know, we have our
we
5.
have friends who can help us. I've already reached out to several of those friends already.
We have a great community. We have great support.
Yeah.
We have our health.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little ish, but we have our
Right.
health.
Yes.
And you know, we have a lot of positives around us. It's just when like 2 or 3 things hit at the same time and you kind of lose sight of that. So we got to I kind of have to remind myself of the things we
gotta
do
go
have.
shake it off like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, just shake. Hey, don't come after us,
Shake it
Taylor
off.
Swift, because that's the
Shake it
last
off.
thing I need. Is that we just said we got to shake it off, and then she comes after us.
Yeah.
But with that, it's been another great episode of the Riley Black Project. Crystal and John.
Bye.
Maybe we're all done. The Riley Black Project. Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Wait, hold on. Nino, I'm recording.